Here is the number your divorce lawyer didn't tell you: $107,000. That's the average amount women lose from retirement accounts in divorce without even realizing it. Why? Because the 401k paperwork felt too confusing, because no one explained what a QDRO was, because the account was in his name and you didn't think you had a right to it. But you do. By the end of this video, you'll know what you're legally entitled to, how to split a 401k without getting hit by taxes, and the exact phrase that makes your ex's retirement plan cooperate. This isn't just paperwork. This is your future income. We start now. Your ex's 401k isn't just his. If contributions were made during the marriage, that money is considered marital property. And that means you have a legal right to a share of it, whether or not your name was ever on the account. Here's the catch. If you don't specifically request it in the divorce agreement, the court won't just hand it to you. Retirement accounts are not split automatically. Silence means surrender. Let's take Karen. She was married for 18 years and never worked full-time. Her ex's 401k had $280,000 in it. She almost walked away from it completely until someone told her she was legally entitled to half of the growth during the marriage. That could be over $100,000. Just sitting there, legally hers. Here's what to do right now. Find the most recent 401k statement from your ex or from your lawyer. Look at the total value. Then check the timeline. What years does that balance cover? If any of those years overlap with your marriage, you may be entitled to a portion. Here's the twist. Even if your lawyer won you 50% in the decree, if you didn't include the right legal process, that money could still slip through your fingers. The legal right is step 1. The paperwork that unlocks it? That's step 2. And that starts with 4 letters QDRO. If you want your share of the 401k, there are 4 letters you need to know. QDRO. It stands for Qualified Domestic Relations Order. And without it, your share of the retirement account is just words on a piece of paper. Your divorce decree might say you're entitled to 50% of your ex's retirement. But the QDRO is what tells the retirement plan to legally divide that money and send your portion to you. Without it, the plan doesn't have to do anything. Monica learned this the hard way. She got awarded half her husband's 401k in the divorce. But no one ever filed a QDRO. When he retired, the plan said, "Sorry, we can't pay you," because there was no order on file. She had to go back to court, pay her lawyer again, and wait 2 more years to get what was already hers. So here's what to do. Look at your divorce papers right now. Is there a line that specifically says a QDRO will be filed for any retirement accounts? If it doesn't say that, or if it sounds vague, you need to call your lawyer today and ask, "Where's the QDRO?" Because here's the twist. The QDRO isn't extra paperwork. It's the key. Without it, your retirement money never leaves your ex's account. And once they retire, or worse, withdraw it, it might be gone forever. Let's talk about the mistakes that cost women the most, not emotionally, but financially. Because a badly written QDRO can cost you more than your entire lawyer bill. Mistake number 1 is waiting too long to file. Some women think the QDRO gets handled automatically. It doesn't. And if you wait too long, your ex could retire, withdraw money, or take a loan against the account. And once the money's gone, it's hard, sometimes impossible, to recover. Mistake number 2 is not naming yourself correctly in the QDRO. You need to be listed as the alternate payee. That's the official legal term. One wrong word like beneficiary instead of alternate payee can cause the plan to reject the order. Mistake number 3 is not being specific about the split. For example, does the QDRO say you get 50% of the current balance? Or 50% of what was earned from the day you got married to the day you separated? These details matter. If they're not clear, the plan administrator gets to decide what you receive. not you. Here's what to do. Call the retirement plan provider and ask, do you have a QDRO packet or preferred language we should use? Some plans have strict templates. Others will reject any order that doesn't match their format. Knowing that upfront can save you weeks if not months of revisions. And here's the twist. The biggest danger in divorce isn't fighting. It's unclear paperwork. And the QDRO is either your six-figure protection or your six-figure mistake. Once your QDRO is approved and your share of the 401k is officially yours, you're not done yet. Now you have a decision to make. What do you do with that money? There are three options. And one of them comes with a tax bomb if you're not careful. Option 1. Leave it in the plan. Some retirement plans let you keep the money right there under your name as an alternate payee. It keeps growing, and there are no penalties. But not all plans allow this, so you have to ask. Option 2. Roll over to an IRA. This is the safest and most flexible option. You open an individual retirement account in your name and transfer the funds directly. The key word is directly. If you touch the money yourself, even for a day, you could trigger taxes and penalties. Option 3. Cash out. Yes, you can take the money and spend it. But if you're under 59 and a half, you'll pay a 10% early withdrawal penalty, plus regular income tax. There's one exception. If the QDRO specifically allows a one-time withdrawal, you may be able to access the money without the 10% penalty. But that must be written in the QDRO before it's filed. Julia didn't know that. She cashed out $40,000 and ended up paying over $12,000 in taxes and fees. That's money she'll never get back. So before you move a dollar, talk to a financial advisor or tax professional. Your lawyer handles the legal side, but keeping the money? That's a financial strategy, because here's the twist. Winning the account is only half the battle. What you do next determines whether that money builds your future or disappears under penalties and taxes. You don't have to beg your ex, but you do have to speak the retirement plan's language. Here's what most women don't know. Your ex's 401k plan doesn't care what your divorce decree says. It only cares about what's been filed with them and how it's written. When you contact the plan administrator, here's exactly what to say. I'm listed as an alternate payee under a divorce. I need your QDRO procedures and preferred language. That one sentence opens the door, because many plans require you to use their exact format. If you allow your submit something that doesn't match, it gets rejected, and you go back to square one. Here's how to stay ahead. Step 1. Make the call yourself. Don't wait on your ex. Step 2. Get their official QDRO packet. Step 3. Forward it to your lawyer and say, please use this language. It's not about asking nicely. It's about giving the plan exactly what it needs to release your money. And if the plan has a third-party QDRO reviewer, ask if there's a fee. Some charge up to $500. But paying it up front is often faster than endless revisions later. Here's the twist. You're not in a fight with your ex. You're in a negotiation with a financial institution, and they don't respond to emotion. They respond to paperwork done right. Speak their language, and they unlock the door. What happens if your ex retires early? What if he remarries? Or worse, what if he dies before your QDRO is processed? This part is uncomfortable, but avoiding it could cost you everything. If your ex retires before the QDRO is filed, he might start collecting the full benefit. That means your portion could be delayed or reduced. Some plans even freeze distributions once retirement begins, making it harder to get your rightful share. If your ex remarries, the new spouse may become the legal beneficiary of everything, unless your QDRO is already in place. Retirement plans follow what's on file, not what feels fair. If your ex dies and your QDRO hasn't been approved yet, you could be completely locked out. Even if the divorce awarded you part of the 401k, The money may go to his estate or to the new spouse if you didn't secure survivor benefits. Sarah thought she had time. Her lawyer said the QDRO could wait. Then her ex passed away suddenly. Without survivor benefit language in her order, the full balance, over $180,000, went to his new wife. It was legally gone. Here's what to check right now. Open your QDRO draft. Look for the words survivor benefit, shared interest, or separate interest. If you don't see anything about what happens if your ex dies first, that's a red flag. Talk to your lawyer before it's filed. Here's the twist. Your financial future should not depend on your ex's life, his choices, or his timeline. It should depend on your paperwork. And it should be protected today. Let's bring it home. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Your share of the 401k is not a favor. It's not a maybe. It's not something you have to feel guilty for. It's legally yours, but only if you follow through. So here's what to do next. First, download the free 401k divorce checklist linked in the description. It tells you exactly what to ask your lawyer, what to ask the retirement plan, and what language protects your money, so you don't have to guess. Second, hit subscribe. Because next, we're talking about Social Security, how to protect your future benefits as a divorced woman, especially if you were married more than 10 years. Third, scroll down and tell me in the comments, are you still waiting on your QDRO? What's been the most confusing part of this process? Because you are not the only one, and your question might help another woman feel seen. This isn't just about splitting an account. This is about the next 20 years of your life. Let's protect them starting now.